It's funny that some people say, Charlie believed this, Charlie did this. Everybody turned on Charlie. And these people were closer to Charlie than they were.
Yeah.
These people, I would argue, loved Charlie to the day he died. They were there when he died.
And they're holding his organization together day in and day and night.
They're trying their best. He is the cash cow. He is the idea. He's the movement. He's the bread and butter of Turning Point. What are you going to do without Charlie Kirk? That's all I care about is his legacy. So I want to take care of his wife. I want to take care of his legacy with Turning Point USA. And I want to push the things that he believed in. So I go to Turning Point, and I see Erika, and I give her a big hug. I see Mikey. I see Terrell. These people are getting death threats. That people are threatening to kill them because somehow they think it had anything to do with Charlie's death. These people loved Charlie. That's all I care about is his legacy. So I want to take care of his wife. I want to take care of his legacy with Turning Point USA, and I want to push the things that he believed in. So I go to Turning Point, and I see Erika, and I give her a big hug. I see Mikey. I see Terrell. These people are getting death threats. That people are threatening to kill them because somehow they think it had anything to do with Charlie's death. These people loved Charlie.
Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notification anytime I go live. Make sure you subscribe to all of my channels. Spin Your channel, and also subscribe to our podcast channel. It's called The Officer Tatum Show channel. Make sure you subscribe. Let's get into this.
How is it that they go from attacking Israel, being obsessed with Israel? Literally, almost every show is about Israel and the Jews, while we're losing America, right? Yeah. We have Mamdani and all of the craziness that is happening here. Yeah. And now it just transfers into an attack on a Christian pastor, literally.
Because the mind went back in attacking Israel. The mind went. So now the mind is susceptible for the devil to use you for his good. And so you see those people going now and attacking good people. I know Rob. I could probably text Rob right now. I didn't know Mikey as much, but I know Rob, and I met Mikey a few times. I know Erika. I've met her. For somebody to say that they think that they have anything to do with Charlie's death, they're either, it's only one, well, if you don't know them, you're ignorant. If you know them and say it, you're evil.
Yeah.
It's pure evil.
It's evil.
I went to Turning Point the other day because I do really love Charlie, and Charlie was my friend. And my dedication to Charlie is his legacy. That's all I care about is his legacy. So I want to take care of his wife. I want to take care of his legacy with Turning Point USA, and I want to push the things that he believed in. So I go to Turning Point, and I see Erika, and I give her a big hug. I see Mikey. I see Terrell. These people are getting death threats. That people are threatening to kill them because somehow they think it had anything to do with Charlie's death. These people loved Charlie. What are we saying?
Every single day, women find out that they're unexpectedly pregnant. Many are filled with fear, and they feel like they just can't do it. But you can be the difference. You can transform that fear and uncertainty into real hope. For just $50, you can provide a bundle of hope, a package of practical support and encouragement that reminds a woman that she is not alone and that her baby is deeply valued. Each bundle of hope gives a mother courage, a baby protection, and a family a chance to thrive. And when you give, you're not just making a donation, you're delivering hope. Every single dollar goes directly to helping women in unplanned pregnancies choose life and find strength for the journey ahead. Will you join us in delivering 100 bundles of hope to women and their preborn babies this month? Together, we can deliver hope, one bundle of hope at a time. All you got to do is go to SaveTheStorks.com/Tatum and give today.
It's funny that some people say, Charlie believed this, Charlie did this. Everybody turned on Charlie. And these people were closer to Charlie than they were.
Yeah.
These people, I would argue, loved Charlie to the day he died. They were there when he died.
And they're holding his organization together day in and day and night.
They're trying their best. He is the cash cow. He is the idea. He's the movement. He's the bread and butter of Turning Point. What are you going to do without Charlie Kirk?
You know what Mikey had been told over and over again by Charlie? If anything happens to me, the first thing you do is you call Erika. Get her on the phone immediately. Now, Erika was in Phoenix. We were in Utah. Mikey did the emergency procedure. That's what you're supposed to do. And anybody in the military or law enforcement knows what I'm talking about. You know, I was in the Navy for 8 years. You think about all this stuff before it happens. So when it happens, you don't have to think. You just do what you're supposed to do. What sense would it make for Mikey to run to Charlie when his security team, 6 guys, were already on him? Well, 4 guys were on him. There's 2 more there.
Right.
They were already, they were right there. He would have just gotten in the way.
Mm-hmm.
He knew what he had to do and he did it.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't have any special insight, but I assume that thing, as you said, had been rehearsed. And as you said, had been talked about. And Erika said on Fox News to Jesse Waters that Mikey called her and said, get the kids, get security. This just happened. And so if that's not what happened, are people saying that Erika is lying? Like, that would be the implication there, that she's not telling the truth. And so I really feel for him, and the implication that, you know, he was promised to be Charlie's successor, and that's why he's speaking at Liberty University. Again, no evidence of that. Mikey's not hosting Charlie's show. I don't see like Mikey doing a bunch of interviews out there being like, I haven't seen him at a campus stop. He hasn't been on doing any of these debates. There have been a lot of us, you, me, a lot of other people who were in this circle who have been asked to go to this speaking engagement or go to this campus stop or fill in or do this interview or things like that. Not, you know, to take anyone's place, but just because, you know, we're trying to fill in for a friend. But I haven't seen any evidence of Mikey stepping into any realm. I've seen him continue to serve. And so again, I just don't see the proof. And I think it matters a whole lot to put someone, you know, in the crosshairs by implying that somehow they were involved in this. That's like a really, really hefty claim to make.
Yeah, and it's causing dissension among the brothers.
These people, I would argue, love Charlie to the day he died. They were there when he died.
And they're holding his organization together day in and day and night.
They're trying their best. He is the cash cow. He is the idea. He's the movement. He's the bread and butter of Turning Point. What are you going to do without Charlie Kirk? As if they want him to die so they can take over. Erika, I love Erika. She's a wonderful woman. And that's why God matched her and Charlie together. Erika is not Charlie. It's not that easy for Erika to take over that organization from Charlie and try to continue his legacy. That's not easy to do. She can't go around the country and speak at 150 events.
She has 2 little kids, and she just had the most shocking experience of anybody's lifetime.
Can you imagine? I'm married, and obviously you're married too. Can you imagine? And I don't even want you to think about this, but if you lost your significant other that way, not because had a heart attack or something, or they had chemo, you know, going through chemo, and it was a kind of an expected end. They get assassinated on television in front of the world. My son saw Charlie get assassinated. They were sharing the videos at school. So, you know, they're seeing it all over the world. You lose your loved one like that. And people who love you or should love you and care about you or care about at least your husband should protect your heart in that moment. Because they should know, if they're married, what it could possibly be if you lose somebody like that. Losing a dog hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've lost pets before, and like, I'm devastated. Losing your husband is devastating. My heart is, I'm going to protect her.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. I don't care about conspiracies, money, none of that stuff. The first thing I did was I wanted a shirt for Charlie. And then I was going to a UFC fight, and I'm like, I want to wear a shirt to represent Charlie, because that's what this is about. Not me, nobody else, it's Charlie. Yeah. And I said, and people wanted, hey, I want that shirt. I said, okay, this is what I'll do. 100% of the profits that we sell from this shirt to go to Erika. And we raise money, we're going to give it to Erika. Yeah. And for people to not only bash him and his people around him, but those who are not bold enough to stand up and say something. I know people who claim that they were friends with him, Charlie. And then they have a guy come on the podcast that hated Charlie, that spoke ill will of Charlie every single day, vile. And they bring him on the show. And Hey, let me talk to you about you. I'm sorry I said this to you. Marissa, you can't come on my show if you bash Charlie without being confronted by me. You're lucky to be in the same presence as me if you were to bash my friend like that. And you brought his wife up and said his wife was a plant. You can't even talk to me with saying stuff like that. I don't know what kind of cowardice friends that you have around you that will let somebody say that about your wife and let somebody say something about you crazy in your death and they don't stand up to it.
Well, it's very interesting that you bring up the term friends because the concept of friendship, right? We all have friendships behind the scenes. We all have friendships in the public sphere, but obviously we develop friendships, just natural friendships as we're colleagues, essentially. How can you be a friend of Charlie Kirk's and bring on a vile person who constantly tried to destroy Charlie Kirk's organization? Yeah. You call that friendship? And I mean, I'm going to say, I don't want to say his name. Everybody is watching this knows exactly who I'm talking about. But the reason we are not calling this person out, people are not calling this person out, is because we're saying, oh, he's our friend. We don't bash our friends in public. We don't bash our friends in public. Meanwhile, this friend of ours has no problem bashing our dead, murdered friend who can't stand up for himself or for his wife at this point in time. Right. It is, Brandon, it is demonic. The demon has made it into the conservative right. Yeah. And I'm all about having a big tent. But even a tent needs to have its borders. Even if a tent does not have a border, it will lose its soul. And I really worry that if we do not speak out, we're going to be swimming in a lot of vile garbage and we will lose everything we fought for.
You cannot say that you are a fan of Joseph Stalin and think that you have there's and I'm not really a big rapper, but there's a big song out by Kendrick Lamar. They not like us.
Yeah.
They not like us. Like you saying you support Joseph Stalin and you are a Hitler fan and that you say the N-word every time you open your mouth on your shows and you bash women and you do this and you said you were effing Turning Point USA. He said it. I'm effing Turning Point USA and I've been effing it and it's Charlie's baby.
It. Yeah.
Charlie's baby, Turning Point. I'm effing it. I've taken over Turning Point. I'm gonna tear it all down. You ain't like us. We don't operate like that. Charlie don't operate like that. Why didn't Charlie interview that person? Because Charlie we don't give credence to foolery. And then you wait till he dies to interview this person. Why didn't you interview him when Charlie was alive? I wonder why. But then you bring him on to do a little, like I call it butt sniffing. Like dogs, they want to get to know each other, they sniff each other's butt. This should have been an all-out brawl. I'm telling you, Marissa, no one, I hope that anybody watching this, if you ever disrespect any of my friends to that degree and they wives after he has died, you don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. If I see little Hitler somewhere, don't talk to me. Stay in your lane, gangster. We ain't the same. You not like us. Don't come up to me and say, I want to be friends. Can I come on your podcast? It's not going to go well for you. I can't stand evil people. And the person who's gaslighting the living daylights out of us, who decide to interview, you know who I'm talking about, he's gaslighting us too. Because he goes and says, oh, I brought him on because I wanted to. No, you gaslighting us.
Well, he'll say, oh, well, it's my right to interview whoever I want. You're right. Correct. Yeah. Correct. It's freedom of speech. Yeah. It's your right. But should you? Should you do this?
Well,
you talk about morality. Yeah. We talk about being a Christian. You talk about being biblical. Okay, interview whoever you want. But there is a consequence because should you do it? Should you interview the arch nemesis of your murdered friend 2 months after he was murdered? Should you? And should we hold him accountable for doing something literally horrible, vile, and probably demonic?
Interview who you want. We're going to call you on the carpet. That's it. You can't interview and think people are going to call you out. Why do I not interview certain people? Because I'm not giving a platform to somebody who is, and the thing is this, you can stay online and say whatever you want on your own platform. Little homie can say whatever he want on whatever he want to do. And people can interview whoever they want. But brother, you interview somebody like that, we're gonna come out, we're gonna criticize you.
Sure.
It just like somebody come out and say God ain't real. Like God ain't real. I don't care if you're a Jewish or Christian. We all believe in God. God ain't real, and we're not gonna criticize you. You got to be a fool. You can't be. You're not a part of the movement. If you're saying God don't exist, you're not a part of this movement, because all the things we do is in light of what God has done for us, and God's, word, the word of God, the law that we have, our founding fathers, all of that is God. And when people come out and do this foolery, we don't want you to be a part of what we're doing. No, like if you think that there's a lot of momentum in this too, people are forgetting. I post a clip of the little homie. I call him little homie. I post a clip of him doing something vile. In my comment section, people are defending it. We will lose our party if we start giving credence to this. I compare it like this. Let's say Adolf Hitler was around and was a big podcaster. You bring Adolf Hitler on your podcast, but don't talk about the Holocaust. Then what are you doing? You're almost trying to act like he normal. No, he ain't normal. No, he says the craziest stuff in the world. No, he hates women. He bashes women. He calls them bees and all this other stuff. That's not Christ-like for us as Christians, and that's not godly. You can't do that and then expect for people to respect you the same way. You can't have people on your podcast and you can't determine if Hamas is a terrorist organization or not. What are we saying here? You bring people on your podcast that say the Jews created AI to destroy the world. You're not going to at least push back on that. You interviewed a woman on there that says that Hamas is not a terrorist organization and that Christians are treated better in the West Bank than in Israel.
That was the George
The nun.
Stephanopoulos' nun.
Yeah.
It's George
Yeah,
Stephanopoulos'
his sister.
who, by the way, George Stephanopoulos, after everything Trump went through with that family, that's who we're now
His
platforming.
sister-
Oh, just bring them into our tent. Our tent has no borders. When this William Buckley, you should read William Buckley because he has written about this a lot.
I heard a lot about that.
And it was a very dangerous moment for the conservative movement because America is not extremist.
Right.
America is a melting pot. That's what America is. Everybody is an intermarriage. People don't like extremism. And if we allow our friends to narrate for and launder the ideas of extremists into our movement, then all the stuff that they were accusing us of, right? This is why the New York Times is all over this. They are loving this.
Loving it.
They are loving this because we're not talking about Mamdani. We're not talking about all of it. We're just laundering bad ideas in the name of, well, it's freedom of speech. We can talk about whatever we want. Yeah, it's your freedom of speech, but there has to be a consequence.
Look, there's a mathematical equation here, and there's a precedent that has been set. The left did this already. The left had the radical nut jobs in their party.
Yes, the squad.
Doing all this crazy stuff. We don't know what a woman is. They doing all of this, and a lot of people left them.
That's right.
This is why Trump got elected overwhelmingly like he did. This is how we've been having a House and Senate, and we've been winning on these arguments because they're so crazy. They say they love women, but they want men to beat up women in sports. What?
It's so true. The left took in their most extremist faction and said, well, but it's getting us a lot of views. And so we're gotta bring it. Let's bring AOC to be our leader. It's amazing how evil uses the exact same formula. It's the same formula and it's coming our way. And I mean, the thing that we have on our side is the most powerful thing, and that is God. Mm-hmm. And as long as we stick to the truth and we remember how important it is to have strength and courage, we will reject it. I mean, you're rejecting it. Charlie rejected it. We're rejecting it. And, I think really that is ultimately the armor of God is to reject the lies and just stand in with the light.
100%.
How do we honor Charlie Kirk, really? How do we honor his legacy?
It is very simple. You do what he stood on. Put God first. And all the principles that Charlie had, the standards that he had. Like, he kept the Sabbath. That's one thing that you can't say you want to honor Charlie Kirk without honoring all the things that he stood for. Maybe people should go out and kind of look into what Charlie was saying a little bit. Me and my family has thought about the same thing. Like, maybe we should listen to what Charlie said. Maybe there's something to it. Let us dig into that. There's something about that. Jesus kept the Sabbath. Come on, like we probably should think about that. So I'm not just saying that, but like putting God first, being godly, not entertaining a lot of drama, knowing how to isolate bad ideas and elevate good ideas, having an open dialogue. Like Charlie wasn't on campus letting leftists talk stupid and then him just, okay, everything is fine. No, he challenged them.
With kindness.
With kindness, but he challenged them.
Yes.
And he told them, that's wrong. That's not right. This is what God said. This is what the Constitution says. He challenged them. So in our efforts and what we're doing, don't be too cowardice to challenge people that you oppose. And I thought one thing that I will say that Charlie was a peacemaker more than anything else. We have to understand this too. You may not have to blast people's names every time. I'm bad at this. I put people's name out there. But in the spirit of Charlie, you may not have to blast their names, but you can definitely challenge their ideas. And I want people to understand this. There is a difference between saying, I have a friendship with a person. I'm not going to say that person's name. And I'm also not going to challenge their ideas. That's a difference than saying, I have a friend. I love them. I love the relationship. I don't want to destroy that. I may not say their name, but I will challenge a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I see people on our side don't know which camp they're in. You don't have to, if you don't feel comfortable saying their names or whatever it can be, that's fine. I get it. Some people have relationships with people that people don't understand. But doggone it, if a person say a lie, you should be able to challenge the lie. Because at the end of the day, it's demonic.
Yeah.
It's not about the person per se, because that lie persists in everybody that's demonically influenced to do certain things. So you challenge that. In the spirit of Charlie, put God first, keep the Sabbath, read your Bible, pray, and be a peacemaker, and always challenge ideas and never be afraid. If people do that, the world will be a better place.
I love it. Brandon, morally disciplined, morally courageous. I love you, man. You're amazing.
Love you too. Thank you for having me.